Well, this is, folks, right east of Southeast 29th in California, where a two-vehicle crash ended up with a red car here on its top. You can see it there. And then a white multi-passenger van over here also damaged here. And we're going to let Gretchen Kanan and Lieutenant Chris Evans here also tell us what happened here. And thankfully, no injuries, first of all.
Yeah, luckily there's no injuries. There's a lot of gas spilled out here, so the fire department luckily is helping to clean that up. This area in front of Dillon's may be blocked off for a little while they clean it up. But essentially what happened is this maroon car that you see here was traveling which direction?
Maroon was heading eastbound.
Eastbound, and the van that you see was heading westbound, and the maroon car basically veered over the center lane and impacted the van.
And so there were passengers in the van, and I would take it, several passengers maybe, do we know? Or
I don't know that at this time.
I don't have a count on the amount of passengers.
But the amazing thing is no serious injuries out of this.
Right, and the driver of the maroon vehicle did admit that he had worked a really long shift and was tired and fell asleep at the wheel, so it's a good reminder. Luckily, like you said, no one was injured, but just to make sure that you get enough rest before you get behind the wheel.
It's a scary thing when you work a long shift and you start kind of trying to shake your head and splash a little cold water on yourself, and I've been there. And it can happen, we think of people falling asleep at the wheel like on trips out of town, let's say Kansas City even, or Lawrence or Manhattan.
Right.
Here we see it here in the city. Somebody can actually be so tired that they fall asleep. I've had come close to a couple of times. I don't think I ever did, but so again, if you're that tired, maybe stop, get a cup of coffee, or get out of the car, get some fresh air.
Call a friend for a ride, anything.
Yes, get a friend for a ride, get on the bus even.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but again, what a spectacle here. And again, we're just so thankful nobody was injured. I heard the people were out of the vehicles when the fire crews, emergency responders got
everybody's
here.
up, walking, talking, seems to be fine, and so we're lucky that that's the case.
But again, like you said, this may be some fluids, maybe some gas here, so probably we'll
avoid the area if possible.
And we got people down here, the streets blocked off out here to the east here on 29th Street, and so that's the story out here. Well, I'll just take you on a little tour. Thank you, Gretchen.
Yeah,
Thank you,
no
Lieutenant Heaven. I appreciate it. And I'm going to give the folks one last look here to see. It looks like that's a Ford upside down here. Just an amazing scene. Again, no injuries, thankfully. Someone said they were in the McDonald's and heard a big bang. We couldn't see what happened. Yes, that's what happened right there. And again, the white van, you can see it's also pretty well damaged. Just to recap what was happening here, we were right here in front of just show you folks, you know where we are if you're from Topeka here, but we are in front of the Dillon store here on East 29th in California, where two vehicles collided around 8 a.m. on Wednesday. The maroon Ford here, as you can tell, upside down. This Ford was traveling to the east here on 29th Street. The white van here was headed to the west. The driver of the maroon car said he had fallen asleep at the wheel, had worked a long shift, and the car then drifted into the pathway here of the westbound van, at which point the van collided with the red car. You see the damage right there on the side of the car here, and again, we're just thankful nobody was hurt. Everybody was actually out of their vehicles when the first responders came on the scene. So they're getting it cleaned up now. Fire crews are here putting some treatment on where the gasoline and other fluids may have spilled out of the red car especially, but it'll probably take a while for this area to be opened up just to get all the fluid cleaned up here in the southeast part of Topeka. I see a tow truck has just arrived, and he'll be getting, I believe, this red car out of the way. The fire truck here is moving back here. As you can see, fire station is just down the street here to the east, about maybe, I don't know, half a mile east of here on 29th. So they got here, I'm sure, very quickly after this call came in. Again, I saw where there was a person standing here in line at this McDonald's right over here. I don't know if you can see it, but y'all probably know where it is if you're from Topeka. And they heard a loud bang, and then that's again where when the crash occurred, in all likelihood. And so again, we're going to keep it here just to finish up what's going on, and we'll see if we can get this car put on its wheels and moved on out of here. It appears again to be a Ford four-door. We'll try to get the exact make of it here shortly. And now it looks like they're going to just shut down both sides. Well, I guess they're going to let eastbound traffic go by here on 29. But I wouldn't be shocked if they do shut it down here momentarily. We're going to go back here briefly. You do see some fluids out of the bottom of the large white van here. It's a Ram, Dodge Ram van 350. And you can see it's pretty heavily damaged as well. We don't know how many passengers were in these vehicles. We'll try to get that information for you. If the cars are still going by on the eastbound lane, if you're out this way, probably best just to avoid it. I mean, I think for now you can get through going to the east here. We're going to go back here. Now they're hooking up the car. And we'll pull it around here momentarily. You're fine. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And we'll be back with you momentarily. Actually, we'll just keep it right here. So again, if you're just joining us, there was a two-vehicle collision. The maroon colored four-door, I believe that's a Ford, was going to the east here on Southeast 29th when it collided with the white Dodge Ram. I believe that's a 15-passenger van. It's a large window van at any rate. That collided right here in front of the Dillon's store. As you can see, Dillon's right here. They collided here after the driver of the car here apparently fell asleep after working a long shift. The car drifted from the eastbound lane into the westbound lane where it was struck in by the white van that was going west here in this area. Someone says, yes, Fred, everyone's okay. Absolutely. Thank goodness everybody is okay. The crews here working hard to get this area cleaned up. It's a pretty busy stretch here, as you know, between Shawnee Heights area and the city of Topeka, one of the main thoroughfares here in southeast Topeka for sure. Again, if you're just joining us, thankfully no injuries here in this two-vehicle collision that resulted in this red passenger car ending up on its top. The vehicle went into the opposite lane where it was struck by another vehicle Again, no injuries reported here, thankfully. The vehicle has now been put on its right proper position. It's going to be towed away now from the scene, obviously. I believe the same will be true with the van up here. It doesn't look like it's drivable either. And then the vehicles will be moved on, and fire crews will then finish up what they're doing here to get this fluid contained. You can see it's kind of come all the way down here. They've kind of made a little wall there to stop it, and then they'll get this cleaned up hopefully. But again, if you're out this way, you just might want to find an alternate route if you can here on 29th Street between California and say Wittenberg Road for the time being if you're heading into town. If you're heading from Topeka out into the county, you should be fine going eastbound. I believe one lane of traffic remains open over here. So no major injuries, thankfully. Everybody seems to be okay, getting some items out of the vehicles, and again, we're just thankful nobody was hurt. Were you in the vehicle? Were you in one of the cars? Oh.
I was a passerby.
Oh, you were back behind, you said?
Huh?
Oh, you're a passerby?
Yeah,
oh,
passerby.
Did you see it happen?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
was here like 5 minutes after.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, folks, I think we're going to wrap things up here momentarily. Again, just for the final time, in case you just joined us, we'll recapture here as best we can what happened around 8 o'clock this morning. This maroon Ford four-door passenger car was traveling east on Southeast 29th, just east of California, when the driver reported that he had fallen asleep at the wheel after working a long shift. The red car at that point had drifted across the center line and into the path of a white Dodge window van that was traveling west on 29th Street. The van then collided with the Ford here, as you can see, causing the Ford to end up on its top. Everyone was out of their respective vehicles by the time first responders got on the scene, and no major injuries were reported. In fact, no one, as far as we know, even went to the hospital. The maroon Ford here has just been put onto its wheels by a tow truck, and fire crews are here now at the scene cleaning up fluid spills and gasoline that may have leaked out of the Ford. We anticipate that the white van also is going to be towed from the scene here in short order. So the westbound lanes of 29th Street right now are blocked, and they probably will remain so for, I would say, half an hour, so at least probably till 9:30 or thereabouts, while the Topeka Fire Department crews finish up their work on getting this fluid contained and cleaned up. And you can see once again they stopped it right about here, and you can definitely smell it. It's very noticeable out here. So they're getting all this taken care of right now. We will sign off from now here in the area of Southeast 29th in California. This is Phil Anderson reporting for CJOnline.com. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live this morning. We do hope you have a good day. Do be safe.